Hello and welcome. This video is going to be my reseller recap for the month of April. This is the video that I like to go over the previous month, not only my goals with y'all as well as my sales on all the various platforms that I sell on, and give you guys my actual net numbers. And April was the first month I had to pay taxes as a reseller. Before, when I worked a 9-to-5 job, I just took extra money out of my taxes and it covered what I made, well, the taxes that my 9-to-5 job took out, and it covered pretty much what I made through my reselling business. So I just didn't even have to worry about or think about it until like the end of the year when I had to do my taxes, which I also had to do. And that was less fun than I had anticipated it being. But I'm going to, as per usual, throw you over to Other Bob so she can go over the wall of accountability with y'all.
Welcome to the wall of accountability. If you are new here, hello. This is how I keep track of things that I want to keep track of, is a giant wall calendar on my wall. So I have set up things to where if I sell 3 things in a day, I'm supposed to list 3 things and then add an additional $100 worth of stuff to my store. So I'm listing 3 things plus whatever it takes, how many things it takes to get to another $100. So you can see here that I listed 8 things. So this is the number of listings I actually did. And then these are the things I sold that day. So you see, I did really great at the start of the month, and then the bad thing happened and I kind of just stopped giving a crap and just focused on cross-posting because I have a lot of cross-posting to do. If you come up here to the top, this is my total for the month. So I listed a total of 57 things that made up for stuff that I sold, and then I added an additional $1,842 worth of stuff. The total number of listings I did is 131, and the total number of items I sold is 116 items, which is more than I did last month. But I'm going to give you back to Other Bob to talk about that a little bit more.
Thank you, Other Bob. As she was saying, and it feels weird talking about myself in the third person, but we're just going to keep with this bit because y'all like it for some reason. I did manage to sell 116 items in the month of April. The previous month I sold 109 items. And I had an issue in the month of April with eBay. And because of the fact that I had magically decided at the same time to start cross-posting on other platforms more frequently, April was actually the first month, despite what happened, where I didn't have a 0 sales day. If I wasn't making any sales on eBay, I was still making sales on Poshmark, Etsy, and Facebook Marketplace. So cross-posting really paid off for me. However, trying to balance that out, because it does take time, and I do it manually. I do not use a cross-posting service. It is taking a little bit of time, so I'm trying to figure out how to work that into my workflow. But I think I figured out a solution here in May, so I think we are going to be good for next month, this month, whatever. We're going to be good for May. I think I'm good for May. So I'm really happy about that. So as we've discussed, that we're going to do the goals first, and then we'll talk about net profit, because the goals are kind of something I'm already talking about because I'm talking about the wall of accountability. So did I even do my adjusted thing where I am adding a number of listings and then also adding a dollar amount? No, because, you know, I couldn't for a few days. So kind of my motivation to continue doing that pretty much died, as you guys saw on the wall of accountability. So I'm going to try again for the month of May, and we're just going to keep trying until eventually I either figure it out or it doesn't really matter anymore. One of those 2 things. I'm also trying to get to $10,000 as an eBay total over 90 days. I am still sitting at that $6,000 mark, so not really any movement there. Not any movement down, but not really any movement up. I'm just kind of like, but that's okay because I am getting more income in from the other platforms. Actually, April, I know recently a lot of people, especially people that sell a lot on Poshmark, have been upset by the things that Poshmark is doing. I actually sold more on Poshmark in April than I had since 2020, like the beginning of 2020 when I first started using the app. So I mean, maybe I'm part of the B group. There's videos about what they're doing with their algorithm and beta testing right now, so maybe I'm in the group where it's not affecting us, but I did really well on Poshmark, considering I was making like maybe one sale a month, and now I made like multiple sales in the month of April. So the other things were, you know, death to my death pile. That's not happening. I know that you guys missed those de-hoarding videos. They're coming back. I know I said that last month, but I also, it's estate sale season right now. Like pretty much all the estate sales were on pause for some reason, and now it's spring and it's warming up and estate sales have ramped up, and I have, you know, per usual, gotten a lot of stuff at estate sales. In addition to thrifting's been really good because this time of year everybody's thinking about spring cleaning or getting ready for summer, so they're throwing out all their winter clothes, and I still want those. So, okay, here, Moxie, just say hello to everyone, and you need to stop, okay? I already fed you, hoping that this wouldn't be a thing while I was filming, and you've just decided, no, I want attention right meow. So, yes, my death pile has grown, and what I want to do is I'm working really hard at the beginning of this month to process all the stuff that you guys have seen in my hauls, so that way I can start back in the dining room where I left off at. So it's coming, I promise. Just letting you know that. My other goal is to get 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I actually ended the month with 2,001 subscribers, so I am 2/5 of the way there, which is exciting. So thank you guys so much for those of you who have stuck with me for the 3 years I've been here on YouTube. I appreciate that. I know that there are people that have more subscribers than me, people have less subscribers than me. The fact that I have any subscribers still blows my mind. The fact that there are so many of you that continue to watch my stuff, thank you. I cannot appreciate that enough. Interesting history fact, year 2001, that is the year I graduated high school. And now you have a rough idea of how old I am. Congratulations. And then of course the final goal is the goal that I already succeeded in doing, and that is quitting my job to go full-time reselling. And I did that because I was incredibly depressed at my job. It was affecting my health so much and just my general like well-being. I'm apparently a much more pleasant person to be around now that I'm not at that job anymore. So now we're gonna go into net profit, okay? So this is money I actually got to put in my pocket to pay my bills, and that is with actual taxes taken out now too, which you will see was quite the chunk, because I had never done paying taxes before to the IRS. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I just had extra money taken out of my regular paycheck for my 9 to 5, so I didn't really ever have to worry about it. I do have to worry about it now. And so I'm going to have to revise my monthly money goal because of what I figured out I had to take out every quarter for taxes. So we're gonna get into that. So starting with my lowest performing platform first, we're gonna go with Etsy. And Etsy, I made a net profit before tax of $44.23, which is great. I made 3 sales on Etsy. 2 items went to the same person. So I'm very happy that Etsy has woken up. I've gotten much better about making sure that I am cross-posting vintage items at least once a week over there. So I think that that actually helped. Facebook Marketplace. I made a net profit before tax of $75.12, and that has been an interesting platform to start working with more consistently. But again, I moved a lot of older pieces and a lot of lower dollar pieces on Facebook Marketplace. It's really interesting. I found that I move both the most expensive and the least expensive there. Like there's not really a whole lot of middle in. It's a whole bunch of really cheap stuff or pretty expensive stuff. I thought that was neat. And then Poshmark, as I mentioned, my net profit before taxes is $110.18. Again, Poshmark takes out 20% in fees, so that was part of it. I also was moving some lower dollar items over on Poshmark as well, which was odd. I don't mind putting the lower dollar items on Poshmark even though it has 20% because I feel like people could bundle stuff, but they haven't been bundling stuff, so maybe they don't know bundling is a thing there. I'm not sure, but I'm still happy with $110.18 because that is quite a bit more than last month, in which I made like $57. So I actually doubled the amount of money I made on Etsy, and I doubled the amount of money that I made on Poshmark for the month of April over March. But I did take a hit on eBay, and if you don't know why I took a hit on eBay, I will link that video up above. But so for eBay, I made a net profit of $773.75. So that number is about $200 lower than the month before. And that kind of hurt. So that leads me to my next money that came in, and that's you guys. So I have quite a few people to thank that bought me a coffee after my last reseller recap. You guys didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. You all are the reason I made up that difference in the eBay there. I'm not even lying. So buy me a coffee, I was able to finally cash out for buy me a coffee, and I was received after their fee $139.55. So I have some people I hadn't thanked before that gave me coffees last month, so I would like to do that now. Eric, I'm not sure if I thanked you before, so I'm going to thank you now. Thank you. He bought me a coffee. Jeanette bought me 2 coffees. Thank you very much, lovely, for doing that. That's very kind of you. Aaron bought me 5 coffees, which is insane, and thank you very much. Also, I really, really like your name, and there are a few of you that are going to know why I really like your name. And I'm not going to say why. So thank you very much for that generous number of coffees. I do very much appreciate it. Is it Jody? I think it's Jody. Jody bought me a coffee. Thank you very much. Like I said, if it wasn't for y'all this month, that eBay hit was gonna hurt real bad. So you guys definitely helped me so much. Donna, my friend who you've seen in videos before, who's just absolutely a wonderful person and so supportive and a great friend. She bought me 3 coffees, and I'm trying not to get emotional because kindness towards me makes me emotional. And then Nikki, thank you very much. They bought me 3 coffees. So y'all have been incredibly generous, not only with your time by watching these videos, but also a lot of you have supported me this last month and buying stuff for me, which is so awesome. And then y'all are also like buying me coffees. So thank you very much for doing that. And like I said, in the month of April, because of what happened, like y'all really saved my butt. So thank you. So if you put all of my incomes together, net before taxes, again, before taxes, I'm going to talk about taxes in a second. I made a net profit of $1,142.83. So I'm not at that $1,200 mark that I had set myself when I initially went full time, because that's what I needed to cover my fixed expenses. That's not covering my variable expenses like gas and food, but that was going to cover my fixed expenses. Now I get to add taxes to that. So now I kind of have an estimation after doing like 1 quarter's worth of taxes in my software that I use. I had to pay quarterly taxes in April of $344 for what I made in quarter 1. So that took a big chunk out. So if you take $1,142.83 and you subtract $344 in taxes, that left me with a net profit so I could pay my bills of $798.83. Is that $1,200? No. But I don't want y'all to be worried about me, okay? Again, even though I quit my job sooner than I had originally anticipated, I actually didn't anticipate on quitting my job until the end of this year. But because of my physical and mental health severe decline at the end of last year, I just said, no, I'm done. You know, I've got enough in savings where even if I don't make enough money, I will be good for at least a year. So I am still okay. I made sure to have a nice little nest egg set aside because I knew it was going to take a while to ramp up. And the reason I knew that was because of Josh from Lotta Josh. He's been very helpful to me behind the scenes, like before I actually quit and then even after. And then of course, you know, he gave me his time to do that reseller repartee, which I just cannot thank him enough for. But like, I had very realistic expectations on how long it would take for me to ramp up being a disabled person and trying to figure out and recover from burnout from my previous 9-to-5 job. And I just don't want anybody to worry about me. I am okay. I have, honestly, I cannot remember being happier in my adult life. Like, yeah, do I wish that I could pay all my bills with just my reselling stuff right now? 100%. That would make things so much less stressful for me. But to be honest, I'm actually not really that stressed out, and I guess it's because I know that nest egg is there, and because like even though I'm slowly away at it, like things are going in the right direction. I did have a little setback in the month of April, but because of the cross posting, like I said, everything's still this. Everything is like this. Like I've been doing it real slow, and then this whoopsie happened, and so then it's doing this. So now that that's hopefully recovered, we're gonna go this way again. And once I get cross posting worked in, we'll be okay. So that means I have to revise some things. So now instead of my fixed expenses being $1,200, my fixed expenses are now going to be $1,350. And that is to make sure I can put $150 away every month. So that way, at the very end of the quarter, I can pay my income taxes. So I hope this was interesting. I feel like I just talked a whole lot, and that's what normally these videos are, so I don't know why I'm being awkward. I am just being awkward. But I hope you guys learned something, or at least get a very realistic idea of what it can be like transitioning from a full-time 9-to-5 job to full-time reselling and content creating. And hopefully this was helpful. At least you have my actual numbers now. I know not very many people share that here on the internet. About the only income you guys don't hear about every month is my Twitch numbers, and that's about it. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your generosity of both your time and, for some of you, your money. It does mean a lot. And thank you for understanding that I missed an upload this week. I've been physically not feeling very well. So I will see you guys hopefully in a couple days for another video. And until then, bye. Bye.